My wife keeps pleading with me that she'll stop accepting money from her ex, and that I needed to trust her again. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Aura Zone Stories. I hope you're having a great day. Today we have a story where this wife taking money from her ex every month. First she lied about it when her husband asked her about it, but later husband got confused when he found some more secrets of her. Okay, let's see what happens. My wife of 3 years, with whom I have a 4-year-old son with, recently fell victim to a phishing attempt. Basically, she got an email that looked like it was from a department of a bank we used, saying there was a strange transaction that she needed to confirm. After she clicked on it, she realized that our iPad was probably accessed by someone else. Luckily, while we are both not very tech savvy, my brother is, so he came over and said that he'd try to clear our devices of any malware and tell us what exactly is going on. After my brother had left, I was alone, and I decided to start clicking on all of our money apps to make sure nothing nefarious was going on with our accounts. Luckily, there did not seem to be anything missing from our bank accounts. However, I saw that there was a Western Union app installed, and it was installed in a pretty discreet corner of the iPad, like in a square with a few other random apps. I always associated Western Union with international transactions, so at the moment I thought that my wife definitely wasn't doing any of that. So maybe this was some machination that my brother didn't catch. I clicked on the app and everything was logged out. However, when I tried to type in both of our email addresses, the device keychain recognized my wife's email, and I got even more suspicious. I knew that most of her passwords were the same, so I got it right on the second try, and I logged in. I was mind-boggled to see the transaction history that included several $1,000s, all of which happened before this whole incident. It showed that she was getting $2,000 at the beginning and the middle of the month, all from the same sender. I then went to the App Store and saw that under Cash App, it showed that the app had once been downloaded, but had probably recently been deleted. I re-downloaded it and logged in and saw very clearly that the person sending money to my wife was her ex-boyfriend, and she had sent back notes saying, "Thank you," and then his nickname. They dated from when she was 24 to when she was 28. He is 49 years old, and they broke up because he got divorced young and did not want to marry again, and she realized he wasn't changing his mind. They never had any kids or properties together, nor was he cheating on somebody with her, keeping their relationship a secret. So it is honestly beyond me why he would need to have any more contact with her, especially now that he lives in Europe half of the time. I confronted my wife on this, and I told her that I thought that he was out of her life entirely, yet here she was sending messages to him, with stars in her eyes basically massaging his ego. I did not know what was going on. My wife said that she's sorry, and she didn't mean to, but they just kept in contact and became friendly exes. She said you know his type. He can be very charming when he wants to be, and sometimes he says something funny or is depressed because of his line of business, and wants to vent to somebody. She got upset when I told her I didn't accept that answer, because no joke is worth that much money, especially when it's being paid consistently every month. She finally admitted that she had told him that the business I was starting was losing money, and that I was only bringing home $45,000 a year after paying my employees, and that he told her the industry I was in, wholesale goods, was a tough one, and too saturated with competition for me to turn a profit for a couple of years or have any reasonable hope of succeeding. I had started this business 2 years ago after I lost my job, and my wife's graphic design business was also dead in the water. She said she had started venting to him about how we're falling behind on our bills, and he decided to help her out. She even said that he would tell me the same if I asked him. That later turned out to be a lie, and it was soon clear that her ex in no way wanted to contact me in any shape or fashion. This all happened a week ago, and I told her that I would give up my business and try to get another job, starting at the bottom if I had to for the consistent income. But I did not want her accepting any more money from this guy, and trying to pass off part of it as money from her business, which doesn't even have a functioning website anymore, and then her keeping the rest of it Lord knows where. But the more that I am left alone to think, the more that I cannot imagine sleeping in the same bed with my wife anymore. I do not know if I can ever trust her again, because she will not say anything except that she did not sleep with him, and that an ex would just give her money just to be his friend. In addition, I am getting the most dread-filled thoughts about the possibility that my son is not mine. That could explain everything very easily, And while I don't make the money her ex makes, we do have the same hair color and eye color. What do I do? My wife keeps pleading with me that she'll stop accepting money, and then I needed to trust her again. But I know she will flip out at the thought of a paternity test. I am living in misery. I thought I had a loving marriage to an honest woman, even though we argued about the fact that she wanted our lifestyle to stay the same. While I was building up my business, I thought we were communicating with each other. I also thought that the money she put in our accounts were from her graphic design business finally getting clients. But that was wrong as well. Edit. That would explain why she has a Cash App where he would only send her like $100 or $50 here and there, while the other money is being sent through Western Union, always at the same time each month. A child support agreement is far from the craziest possibility from this. And as far as taxes goes, she handles a lot of the finances, but her graphic design business is an LLC, and she doesn't keep me up to date on it. And I don't ask mostly because I assume that the money involved is too little for filing taxes to be a complicated issue. If she would have wanted help with filing those taxes, I would have been with her paying money to an accountant. As for on the ex's end, I just want to say as somebody in the hard money lending and short-term personal loans industry he would know. His finances are likely to be rather dicey since he seems to live in Europe at least half the year. But I feel like his entire industry skates on the morally gross, but technically legal line. But to conclude, there's nothing more on the forefront of my mind, besides getting a paternity test. I can probably look into the bank account that only has her name on it that I know of, but I suspect there is more. I can't tell you what to do, but I've been in a relationship where I was lied to constantly and I never trusted him again. It got to the point that every time he opened his mouth, I assumed he was lying to me. I knew it was over then. We tried to work past it, but I just couldn't. I couldn't live with the thought that I didn't know what he may actually be doing. Also, I did the math and I hate to say this, but it's a possibility that your child could be his. She's lied to you so much at this point. I understand that asking her for a paternity test would upset her, but I think it needs to be done. Do you want to live your entire life not knowing? That being said, you should know that even if the child is not biologically yours, since you're married, and you were married at the time of his birth, you're still going to be on the hook for child support. This is because in the eyes of the law for some reason, even if the child is biologically another man's, the woman's husband is legally recognized as the father. This is even if it's been known that she's had an affair or that they separated. Either way, maybe she did this with the idea of helping you out while you were trying your business. But the way she went about it behind your back isn't right. Also, this is an emotional affair, or at least bordering on one. The fact that she's still calling him his nickname is not good. It means that she still feels something for him. I'm sorry to unload all of this on you, but I just felt like you needed to know it. I'm really sorry that this is happening to you, and on a side note, please don't think that you're a failure, because your business isn't going the way you wanted it to. Baby steps, don't give up on it yet. If you want to try getting another job while you continue on with your business, do that, but don't give up on it yet. You never know when it might take off. I'm not inside your head, but I can imagine that her doing this may make you feel like she doesn't trust you to support her and your child, and that she doesn't believe in your vision. If I'm wrong, forgive me. I am really sorry that you're going through this. I can't imagine how you must be feeling. Hugs. So she's 33. The baby was born when she was 29, which means she probably got pregnant at 28, which is when they broke up. My guess is he dumped her when she got pregnant because he didn't want to be a dad. These are child support payments. If he was helping out Opus's business, it wouldn't be a regular $2,000 every month. He should get a paternity test done. He has every right to not trust her and want this test done.